Recording in progress.
Oh, thank you, Robot Lady.
The thing. It's creepy. And Sleep, I do want to assure you that the recording comes to me in audio form
and
audio
only
form, and I delete the video. So I swear to you, your visage will never be on the internet.
Except on my OnlyFans.
In conjunction with these conversations. In conjunction with these conversations. In the middle of the night last week, I had this thought, which is we don't have to conform to a single episode per movie conversation, because
That's
clearly
fair.
we can't do that. So the new format of this podcast that no one has listened to because we're still recording things.
We're still in episode 1.
We pick a movie and then we just talk about shit until we're done talking about that movie, even if other things
I actually
happen.
love that.
Yeah.
So it's more stream of consciousness.
Exactly. Which is why we have a whole episode. Like, I have to edit soon because we have a whole episode talking about the movies that are coming out in the month of July.
That's true. That's a great episode. That's a
So,
we already
my
have
favorite.
a bonus.
Since we now have this different format where each of these conversations will be their own episode, because people show up on my screen in the order they show up in the call, I'm going to say that our thing is for me to say, hey, hello to the South.
To the South?
To the
we
South.
did that in the first episode where I did areas for you two, and then Lenny was like, but wait, we didn't do me.
Wouldn't it be like, hi y'all?
Howdy y'all, or something ridiculous
y'all.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did it last
time. We don't have to do that. I just thought it would be cute.
It's okay. I liked it.
It's the kind of cute
It's very cute.
It hits better if you know it's coming. So
we'll get better with time. This is only the first episode still, technically.
It's really it's like it's always Thursday. It's always episode 1.
Exactly. It's always episode 1.
That would be like a fun runner if there was never an episode 2 and every episode was just like a
continuation.
It's
Should
like
we
tangent.
just call the podcast It's Always Episode 1?
I
think we can call it Movie Pervs.
Hold on. You want to call it what?
Movie Pervs?
Nope.
Movie Pervs.
Nope.
That would attract the wrong...
I feel like, this is maybe not the audience we want.
What about celluloid voyeurism?
Nope.
I don't hate that as much.
I will tell you right now that there is nothing called It's Always Episode 1. So that's exciting. We could do that.
That's good. It's catchy.
Hold on.
It's true.
It's also just literally what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can mark everything like episode 1.1, episode 1 part 2, episode 1 part 3.
When we get
episode
to episode
1 hour 8.
It's always episode 1.
And
Stream of Consciousness podcast.
There will never be an episode 2. Like episode 1 will remain unfinished.
Exactly.
Yes.
On a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Someday.
Shot JR.
Someday.
It cuts off mid-word.
Just like
Sue Ellen shot JR. Anyway.
Spoilers.
Wow. Spoilers.
Thought it was Maggie Simpson.
No, Maggie Simpson. Well, okay.
She's a mean one. Simpsons reference, which is just mean.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that, right?
We did talk about how everyone in the world is familiar with The Simpsons except for me. And I
feel like you have some company there.
I have feelings about
probably the younger people. Like, eventually it gets... I'm not sure my bestie's kids really know The Simpsons. Huh.
Yeah, there's this quite decent show called I Love LA, where there's an episode where I'm blanking on his name, but he was Frodo in Lord of the Rings as the guest star.
Elijah Wood.
And Yeah, Elijah Wood. They're at a party at his house, but he's supposed to not be there. But he's like locked himself in his room watching The Simpsons. And when the main characters find them, he asks if they know The Simpsons. They're like in their early 20s, and they go, "Yeah, it's that yellow family."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's how there's a train station coming up.
Choo choo.
I have to make this make sense. ADHD people might identify with what I'm about to say. There's a different train station coming up in the conversation. And here's how we got to the train station. Elijah Wood gets mixed up with Daniel Radcliffe, right?
All the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
The Tony
And
Awards just happened. And at the Tony Awards, there was a joke involving Daniel Radcliffe and Darren Criss. Darren Criss got his start, like his internet fame, playing Harry Potter in the University of Michigan production of a Harry Potter musical, or Harry Potter the Musical, as it was known before certain terrible people decided to send them a cease and desist.
Wow.
And of all the things that got ruined by Rowling being a terrible person, that Harry Potter musical is the saddest thing to be tainted by it. Like, because it is amazing. But here's why it's a joke. Here's why I thought of it. Darren Criss played Harry Potter in a series of fan musicals that he and a bunch of kids in his class did while they were at the University of Michigan. Those people then eventually went on to start the Star Kid production company.
Oh, I thought there was a link there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Daniel Radcliffe did what at the time was everyone was calling a weird left turn and starred on Broadway in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. Darren Criss, who then had gone on to be on the TV show Glee, when Glee ended, maybe it was still happening, I think it was after Glee, Darren Criss replaced Daniel Radcliffe in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying for like 6 weeks or something, not an extended period of time. So the joke in the Tonys was Darren Criss, who won a Tony Award last year for his role in maybe Happy Ending, which I haven't seen, but was in during the Tonys, was up in one of like the balconies with a bunch of rope gear, like he was supposed to hook his rope to the balcony and then rappel down to the stage somehow. And Pink hosted the Tonys, and Pink is like, if you don't come down here and do it, I'm gonna get Daniel Radcliffe to replace you. And the layers of joke there just absolutely delight me. The only thing that could make it better is if the camera had inexplicably gone to Elijah Wood.
That would have been great. Just like he mugs the camera like, no, that's not me.
Yeah. So there you go.
They got him mixed up with Tobey Maguire too, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just any blue-eyed twink.
Yeah, but the thing is of those 4 people, 3 of them are fine, upstanding citizens who treat their fellow human beings with respect and dignity, and one of them is Tobey Maguire.
Oh no.
Dun,
So-
dun,
Oh
dun.
no. Oh no, is
Wait,
Tobey Maguire bad?
what did he do?
Is that how I'm learning of it?
Tobey Maguire is just apparently kind of an asshole. There's a whole category. Sorry, people listening. The Tobey Maguire, Topher Grace from that 70s
Topher Grace.
show.
That's
Topher Grace,
yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole sort of
the
little
one non-weird person
subcategory.
from that 70s show. Like the only decent human being in that show, apparently.
Oh
No,
yes.
no. You've got it backwards. Topher Grace is an asshole.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so there's nobody. Cause like there it goes from sex pests to weird Scientologists to convicted
My
essayers. So
understanding is that Laura Prepon quietly left the Church of Scientology and has just been living her life, not offending anybody this whole time.
You know what? Good for her.
So
I wish her peace. I wish all of them peace. But jeez.
Red and what's the mom's name?
Kitty.
Red and Kitty, they're great. Kurtwood Smith.
Yeah, they're older actors that are fine. Yeah.
Oh, they're older actors. Yes, that's what they're old.
Tobey Maguire is. I had to just quickly Google this because Topher Grace is the guy that I get him confused with all the time. But Tobey Maguire, you ever saw the Aaron Sorkin film Molly's Game, which is based on Michael Cera's character in Molly's Game, who plays an unnamed A-list celebrity who attends her underground poker circuit and is a major draw for that circuit, and is played by Michael Cera as a complete D-bag, is allegedly based on Tobey Maguire, who was, when that all came out in the mid to late 2000s. And I believe it all came out partly because another regular at the real life version of that game accused him of scamming him out of like $400,000. And it turned out after the investigation that while he is a dick, he is in fact a quite good poker player.
Yeah.
And there was no scamming going on.
Yeah, he's good at poker. He wasn't scamming anybody, but he was shitty in quite impressive ways to the other people at the game, and most especially to the person running the game. So
now that was actually a pretty good movie.
It's not on the spreadsheet, but it's not on the spreadsheet. Not. It's not that I have an issue with it. It's not on the spreadsheet because it has not entered the gravitational pull of my need to hoard media yet.
Fair.
So
only a matter of time.
It is only a matter of time, but right now I'm extremely hampered by low.
The spreadsheet will
capacity.
contain all.
My partner is talking about setting up a home server for us, and he was like, "So how much room theoretically would you need?" And I'm like, "Well, I right now have, let's see, 8, 9, 10. Right now, I have 11 terabytes of storage altogether, of which 10 gigs is maybe free.
All from
out of the 11 terabytes.
Yeah, you're gonna need some new storage
I'm gonna
at some
need
point.
a bigger boat.
You are, yeah.
Of
course, we have to say it that way because movies.
Do you know what a server is? No.
Yes.
Is this a trick question?
Do you know what a shock is?
Oh, I haven't. You know what? I've never actually seen Jaws in its entirety. I think.
Neither have I.
No.
I'm sorry. Like I know that's like probably a film school sin, but
it's like it's a minor sin.
Here's the thing about Jaws, right? Jaws came out when I was legitimately a child, right? Jaws came out when I was 4 years old. And obviously, maybe not obviously, because parents make interesting choices, but my parents did not take me to see the shark movie when I was 4 years old.
That's fair.
And then when we got cable when I was like 8-ish or whatever, Jaws was not one of the movies that played all the time on cable. A lot of movies in that sort of category of you were a child, why did you see this movie? That I have seen a lot or have seen at all, I saw because they showed up on cable. And as a Gen Xer, I'm proud to say that it's absolutely true. We were home alone and we watched a lot of things that maybe we shouldn't, although I've never been a watch a lot of screens kind of a person. And then it's not a movie that shows up randomly when you're flipping channels. You have
True.
to actually seek it out
You have to seek
and
it out,
watch
yeah.
it. And I have never in my life gotten up in the morning and thought to myself, oh, you know what I'd like to do today? I think I'll go watch Jaws. It's just
Yeah.
never.
That's just never happened.
That happens to me all the time, though.
Lenny, have you seen Jaws?
Yes.
I love that one word answer. It's like and the pause. Fantastic.
Like
it is every bit as good as its reputation, though. It's a very it's a very sort of important film, but it's also like very watchable. It's like Star Wars levels of like, okay, I'm into this. It's sucking me in.
Yeah. So
it's a lot more than just a giant.
Hold
shark.
on, Lenny. Did you enjoy Jaws?
I do not typically enjoy the type of disaster films that deal with animals. I can appreciate a good Sharknado for the absurdity, and I appreciate Jaws for what it is and was at the time of its production. However, I do not get sucked into it. I have watched it piecemeal a couple million times from flipping through things or from walking in while my parents were watching it. I just.
So, is that animals in general or animals as like the monster?
Animals as plot devices.
So
I think Jurassic Park is the only exception to that, and it is only Jurassic Park. The rest of them, I think, get more Sharknado-y as they go on.
Does Godzilla count as an animal?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions.
What about? Well, no.
From me.
No. Do we differentiate between 1950s Godzilla movies and modern Godzilla movies? Is Godzilla better if it's clearly a 5'3" man wearing a rubber suit?
Yes.
In Lenny world or in general?
In Lenny world.
In Lenny world.
In Lenny world, it makes no difference.
Okay,
gotcha.
That's what I was asking. Was okay. No, that's I totally yeah.
I also don't appreciate war movies, you know?
I mean, I don't appreciate. Okay, so this is a huge sweep to the left. Another train station. Choo choo. You don't like war movies, but you do like the Dungeon Crawler Carl books.
Yes.
So
would you like a description of why?
I've now, in a second, I have now read all of them. And they are war movies, but they're books.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's a book.
And
I get to put it down, and I get to step away from it, and I get to remind myself that the real world exists.
Got it.
When it is a movie, and I am being visually pummeled by violence and by proof that humanity sucks monkey butts, I have been in 3-day depression slumps because I watched Saving Private Ryan. I cannot click out of humans are war and there is no escape and everything is violence and people suck after watching a war movie. And I have not encountered a war movie that has not fit that mold. And I have tried because my parents are obsessed.
Does it change when that war is in the stars?
No, it doesn't. I actually do not enjoy the Star Wars movies because there is so very much of
well, I mean, visually,
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the way that was phrased.
When the wars of the stars.
Visually, they were inspired by World War II era newsreels. So, like, that kind of tracks. The originals.
Yeah, they are war films in a very real sense, even though they are also not war films in a very real sense, too.
If there's if the issue that you have with war movies is because, and I think this is an important thing to say because Lenny, you like most horror movies, right?
Hmm.
It's
Mhm.
not about the violence, right? It's about humanity sucks.
Yeah, it's about the reality of the violence. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
about the fact that I can perfectly conceive of the dominoes that would fall that would cause Star Wars or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
so rolling it back to Dungeon Crawler Carl, because I
Yeah.
do fucking love Dungeon Crawler Carl, I will not be able to watch any video or TV adaptation of it. I
Got
can
Mhm.
it.
probably survive the first one, and I might survive whatever what depending on the ending, I might be able to survive a finale. The
Mhm.
parts in the middle, I already have my brothers are just enjoying my read through because there are like entire days where I just every hour I'm texting them going, I can't believe this is happening. Did you keep track of the numbers? 1 million people just died. Another million people just died. Blah blah
Jeez.
blah 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 just died. Like I can't believe this heartbreaking scene just happened. And it's I instead of having a 3 day long depression upon finishing, I was having it took me 4 days to read this thing and I cried all the time.
Mm.
So
Got
yes,
it.
I will not be able to watch a visual representation of Dungeon Crawler Carl unless there's a magic and it was all a dream slash in Tommy Westfall's head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
So
sense.
so because I did read all the Dungeon Crawler Carl books, I then read the Dominion of Blades books, of which there are two. And there's supposed to be a third one. And I have to say, sending this out into the universe, the second Dominion of Blades book came out in 2018. It is 2026.
About that.
Please don't George R.R. Martin Dominion of Blades because I would like to
Yeah.
know how it ends. Thank you
Hey,
very much.
we still might get the Winds of Winter is supposed to be like 70% done.
Oh.
Let's see.
Oh.
As of
That's
like 4 years
that's a
ago.
nice.
Lord of
You
the
know,
Rings. That's another war movie.
topically, oh, you sweet summer child.
No, no, no. I cannot watch Two Towers because it is
Yeah, because
There's
it's
a
a war
it
lot of
film.
is
war.
war.
There's a
It's
lot
just
of war in
war.
the Two
Yeah,
Towers.
So
yeah.
in my head, literally, if you ask me the plot, I cannot remember that chunk because
Mhm.
my
Mm,
brain went, mm-mm, men
The
suck.
mm-mm.
plot
Mm-mm,
is
mm-mm.
war. The plot is
What
war.
Yeah,
about war comedies like Stripes?
I don't know what that is. I haven't seen it.
It's
It's
Mm.
a
not a comedy.
Bill
It
Murray movie.
claims to be a comedy.
Yeah,
It's,
it's
it's a
opinions.
comedy. It's funny.
Okay.
That's
Um,
subjective.
yeah.
I
What
mean, you'd
about
have
like
to
Catch 22 then?
haven't seen
I've
it.
been meaning to see that.
Really, you want to
But
read the book if you
I'm
haven't.
pretty sure it's depressing in that specific. Isn't the point of that movie that
You
it
can't
sucks
win.
and is pointless?
Yeah, it is real. The book, at least. I haven't seen the movie or the George Clooney miniseries from like 2 years ago, but the book is one of the funniest books ever written.
Eh,
Mm,
It is slightly nihilistic, but if I remember correctly, it's also quite hopeful.
possibly. I've okay, this is gonna sound weird. I've only seen a philosophy tube video that is inspired by its narrative structure. And that
Okay.
sounds like it's completely like no, but actually it's kind of a, it's a metaphor.
So I'm just quick reading the Wikipedia um on
Yeah,
there's a
we're still
lot
talking
of
about the birdcage technically.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what's happening right now. We're talking about the Birdcage.
Yeah.
So
All of
I
this
cried
relates
4 times
to
in the Birdcage because I hate war movies and humans suck.
So
Yeah, the battle
so
scene in the birdcage was intense.
I blocked it out. I can't even remember it. It's all one big musical number in my head. That'd be a fun gaslighting
mean,
podcast.
we could
Yeah, it's just like
actually.
Did you ever see Bill and Ted's, or no, not Bill and Ted. It's I'm just blanking on everything today.
Something that's
It's
like Bill and Ted, but is
It's Bill
not
and
Bill and
Ted-ish.
Ted.
It is totally, it's not a time travel stoner movie. It is based on it's got Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, and it's based on a Saturday Night Live sketch.
Wayne's World?
Wayne's
You
World.
were blanking
Mm.
on Wayne's
I was
World?
blanking on Wayne's World. There's a scene in there where they open a door and there's a bunch of like ninjas like training and doing war stuff, and one of them is like, why did we walk in here? And he's like, no reason. I always just wanted to walk through a door where a bunch of people were like training to be ninjas and shit. And I love the idea of like a random, like tacked in piece of violence just as a gag that has nothing to do with the rest of the.
Wayne's World is a wonderful movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
But
on the list?
also,
I agree.
It's not on the list, but the reason it's not on the list is because it hasn't made it onto the list yet.
Right.
I've seen
So-
Wayne's World a bunch.
Mm.
Going back to the war comedies, I just searched and found an IMDb list,
Oh
and I have
wow.
gone through the 100 war comedy, war things that are tagged in that genre. I have seen 1 out of 100,
Which
And
one is
it's-
that?
Mulan.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is a war comedy. No, that's factually
Thoroughly
true.
enjoyed Mulan.
So, I have to say, as a
I love
person who has seen a lot of Disney movies, Mulan is one that I have not seen.
Oh wow.
Oh, it needs to make it on the list. I want to be in that
It's on the
podcast.
list. All
Oh
of
my-
the Disney stuff is on the list.
That's good.
So
But
what
anyway.
else is on this IMDb list?
Okay, let me scroll back up to the ones because I'm down in the hundreds. Okay,
Mhm.
so based on wait, do you want sort by popularity? What do you want me sort by?
Let's sort by
Let's start by
popularity.
yeah, sure.
Okay, so number 1 is The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare from 2024.
Oh, that's a
No
Guy
idea what
Ritchie
that is.
movie.
L-
I've seen it. It's okay. It's very Guy Ritchie.
It's not on the list.
Life is
probably shouldn't be.
Beautiful from 1997.
Oh, that's
Huh.
depressing as hell.
Yeah, I don't think that's a comedy.
Tropic Thunder, which I have seen clips of.
That's
because
not really a war movie, but
well, aren't they like
It's-
making a movie about a war or something?
Yeah,
they are. But it's
sort
a
of.
movie within a movie. It's kind of a movie biz meta comedy more than a war movie.
Oh, I lied. Oh, I lied. Well, maybe I didn't lie. Anyway, okay. So the 4th one is Jojo Rabbit. Haven't seen that.
Nope, not gonna see that.
And the 5th one is MASH, and I have seen
Oh, MASH. Robert
some of the
Altman.
Huh.
series. I don't know that I've seen the movie.
The movie of it.
The movie.
But anyway, hated it. Made me depressed. Made me think about how humans are evil. Hated it.
Yeah.
The 6th is War Dogs from 2016. The 7th is Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying, Love the Mom, 1964. The 8th is Mulan. The
God,
9th
this just makes
is-
me want to like. Just as an aside, how the fuck is War Dogs above Doctor Strangelove? That just seems like that's everything that's wrong with democracy right there. Like, don't let people vote on stuff.
This is the problem.
War
Or-
Dogs is at like 30% on
Wait,
Rotten
wait.
Tomatoes.
I can
Or-
bring this. I can bring this back to our original podcast topic.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so number 9 is 1941 from
Mhm.
1979,
Yes.
and number
Mhm.
10 is Good Morning Vietnam.
Starring Robin Williams.
That seems
Ta-da!
surprisingly
Robin
far down.
Williams. Full
So-
circle.
So, on
Like,
the
I think the
Landed.
subject
Birdcage
of
is better.
Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, it's a very specific kind of humor that I regret
it's black
to
comedy.
inform you, and Sleep, is not accessible in a way that it could be. And I'm not surprised it is as far down the list as it is because of that. Do I
Yeah,
think that
I'm not.
Mulan qualifies as a war comedy and should be on this list in the first place? No, I do not. Does
No,
it have
probably
war
not.
in it? Sure.
Yeah,
Does it
Yeah, it
have
does.
accurately portrayed war?
probably not.
No.
Oh, not even
No.
close.
Have I seen it? Also, no. Does it have a talking dragon played by Eddie Murphy? Yes.
Yes,
Do
it
you know what
does.
Yes,
would
it
be
It in
does.
kind
fact
of
does.
do you know what
And a
would be
cricket.
kind of punk rock is if Disney made I know they've made a live action version of Mulan, but if they made one that they didn't like they cut the trailer to make it just look like another like live action Disney movie, but it's actually like a really sort of like gritty and violent and realistic
It's
portrayal
historical, like Three
of like
Kingdoms
what
era
Attila,
fiction.
yeah, what Attila the Hun was like, and like parents would like bring their kids to it, and
I
So
feel like Disney, of all companies, specifically would not do that.
here is something
yeah,
that is interesting while we're talking about the live action version of Mulan. Um, and that is that there is sort of a sequel.
Hmm.
And is
No, I refuse. Mm-mm.
there's a movie called Mulan Light of Fire, which I think, if I understand it correctly, is basically after the success in China of the live action version of Mulan.
Oh no.
Without Disney, there's a Mulan sequel that has nothing in common, really, but it looks very similar to the live action Mulan. I just think that's funny. Anyway, the Birdcage.
Yeah, yeah, which I still enjoyed.
Let's
Which I
spend 32 minutes talking about the how the Birdcage's commentary from 1996 on gay culture and
Mhm.
the reaction of right-wing America is topical to 2026 go.
I mean, I feel like the government is now requiring people to do what Val uh asked of his parents in the movie,
Mhm.
which is to
Yeah.
play it straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very it's I think at the time I I think the movie's meant to be kind of hopeful, and today it doesn't read, at least to me, that way. I think it's because of the times we are in. But like I remember, and this is pre everything about myself, but like I remember it's you know what it makes me think of, and I'm sorry, Noel, but it's a Simpsons reference. There was like that one episode in the early seasons of The Simpsons where like there was a gay guy and it was like Homer was worried that Bart was
Yeah,
gonna
that's one of the
turn out
classic
gay.
episodes.
Yeah, it's one of the classic episodes. And he
Homer
ends up being like,
Homer's
"Oh, it's
phobia.
okay actually that gay people exist." Where that's such a like it's to me when I think about like 90s era and obviously I would have seen that as a child. uh that's what it means, like sort of like weirdly conciliatory and very like centering the feelings of straight people of like, oh, this is this weird new thing, but look, we're all friends now. And the Birdcage doesn't quite go there. I feel like it's really it at least has the guts to be like, this sucks that I have to do this, but he's my son and I love him, so I'm gonna do it anyway. I
So
appreciate that about it. I don't know
that
that I
Simpsons
have a larger
episode,
point. Yeah.
It doesn't in my memory actually end on a note of like hope and reconciliation, because the next line that follows that is, yeah, and all he had to do was save your life. So
Fair.
so it's actually about like what an uphill battle it is changing the minds of idiots like Homer.
Yeah, maybe that's. I hadn't
That was
rewatched
my
that as an
interpretation.
adult. That's a very good point, actually.
Hmm.
It's having not, obviously it's The Simpsons, having not seen that episode.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Hmm.
I do think it's interesting that that is how that actually ends, because that's sort of the overwhelming feeling that I have watching The Birdcage in 2026 is we haven't fixed anything. Like there's a
Yeah.
chunk of time in the middle where things got better, and realistically things are still better, but the visual trapping of everything
Hmm.
is is cascading cheerfully down a mountainside,
Yeah.
as an avalanche. And what I do think is relatively interesting, relatively, I was struck by the fact that one of the things that has changed, of there are many, I don't even know how to say this. Things have gotten better in a lot of ways. The world that is portrayed in the 1996 world, I do think obviously things are better. We've legalized gay marriage.
Hmm.
We people I want to say people should be feel safer being themselves, and we're experiencing this thing where the clock is being turned back by the people who are in power, and they're the same people that were in power in 1996. And one of the things that sticks out to me is that the precipitating crisis for Gene Hackman's character going to Florida in the first place is his coalition buddy has died in the bed of an
Yeah.
underage black female prostitute. And one
Yeah.
of the most horrifying differences between 1996 and 2026 is I really think that could happen now in real life, and people would be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like that's the world that we live in, is the right wing portion of our government. We were, before we started recording, we were talking about how you can't talk sense to somebody in a cult.
Hmm.
We have that. We have
Hmm.
a giant portion of people in the United States and in many other countries as well.
Hmm.
Let's not name them all because we don't have time.
Yeah.
Who are gonna do the, oh, that's a bad thing, sure, but,
Yeah.
or even better, it probably didn't happen like that, or it's all a lot, or it doesn't matter, like, anyway,
So the
somebody
kind
else
of
talk.
Something post-truth era. Yeah.
the kind of politician that Gene Hackman plays in this film, who's a sort of like John Birch society, ultra right wing type, those people, like that part feels to me the most relevant, I guess, of all of
Hmm.
the sort of like different elements of the Birdcage, and that those people have gotten a lot louder in the last 10 years, I think. And I wonder, like, I was a child in 1996. I
Hmm.
don't know if that kind of voice was like super mainstream then, if the Overton window had kind of hovered around there, or if
Hmm.
that's more of a recent thing. And the hopeful part of me, the small part of me that isn't a cynic, says that they're louder because they're losing. But
Yeah, that's what
I
I
know
want
it
to
doesn't
believe
feel
too.
that way now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's a hope, one of the hopes that I try to sort of hang on. And it's like it's not the only one. Honestly, most of my hope is founded in the fact that people in general like will not lie down and take it.
Yeah.
I am not, I'm not waiting for quote unquote anyone else to save us, to coin a very like grandiose, unnecessarily grandiose phrase. But like it's like I feel, trying to find out how to word this. Um there is in me the belief that what we're seeing right now is because broadly things are improving. Like overall, they people wouldn't be this loud, wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be such an instrumentalizable, that's not a word probably, but like it wouldn't be such a sound political strategy to make queer people the scapegoat du jour. And I don't know why I did it in English. Du jour. I can just say that. But it's,
You're allowed to use French
You can
expressions.
say du jour
You can be
yeah, no,
Frankless.
because
because it is
I
it's
know
your
it's just it's
yeah.
weird because I have this way that I'm like anytime I say like an expression that's like just a loan word from French, I use it with my, you know, I hesitate to say fake because at this point it's second nature, but with my Anglophone accent, and I'm like, wait, I why am I doing that? Because I could pronounce it like it's supposed to.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Nah.
I digress. Constantly, I'm constantly digressing. But I
Ooh.
feel like one of the things that remains true is the hypocrisy. We were talking earlier about, you know, hey, this guy from the, you know, Good Morals Coalition, you know, was found in this in the bed of a black underage prostitute. I mean, it's the kind of thing that, yeah, it's the maddening thing is probably a lot of, you know, I don't want to say, you know, the Christian right, but I just did. It's probably a lot of that is repressed feelings of, but what if it's actually, what if I am actually curious about that? Or what if there's something about this closed word that I, and yeah, long ran out sentence. Somebody take the mic from me.
So one way that things have improved, I think, at least in terms of media, is the portrayal of people in the LGBTQIA
That's true.
community has become a lot more nuanced. And
Yeah.
like the Birdcage is a very broad farce.
Yeah.
That you know, aside from Armand, who is actually a fairly nuanced character,
Yeah.
you know, it traffics in lovable but stereotypes nonetheless.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, and if you compare that to sort of like comedies from now that focus on characters like that, um, you know, there we've gotten a lot more nuance. And I think I might have mentioned this when we weren't recording, but like when I was in film school, and I don't know if this is like an acknowledged thing or just something I was told, but like portrayal is advocacy to a certain extent. And
Hmm.
there's
Yeah.
kind of a cycle that these things go through where like at first people will be othered and made the villain, and
Hmm.
then they'll be made like, you know, a broadly stereotypical funny sidekick,
Hmm.
or, you know, a good guy but still the butt of the jokes.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
maybe there'll also be like very serious issues movies that get made about them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, you know, as time goes on, it just becomes more and more mainstream, for lack of a better term, and nuanced.
Yeah. you get people who just happen to be gay in media all of the time now, and it's
Yeah.
kind of they do. It's weird because because of aforementioned ADHD, there's something else on my screen, and there's a B99 clip with Andrew Brower who plays Captain Holt, which is again a nuanced portrayal, still played for laughs in
Still played for
sometimes,
laughs, but yeah.
but like again a more modern sort of I would I want to say fully realized, because it's
Yeah.
not just laughs, and it's not also just, yeah, this person is gay,
Well,
we're not going to talk about it. It becomes relevant if and when it becomes relevant to the
like
plot.
that's a great example
Mhm.
because Captain Holt's character is not like his place in the show is not dependent on him
Yeah.
being gay.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that
It's one part of his
yeah, and
characterization.
the fact that he is gay and has a husband who is
Mhm.
one of my favorite character actors.
I love Kevin, and I love I'm blanking on this guy's name.
Yeah, I have to look up Kevin's real name
Good
right
old
now.
what's his face?
Mark Evan Jackson.
Mark Evan Jackson. Mark Evan Jackson, for people who didn't pick out, B99 is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
And Mark Evan Jackson has been in a ton of stuff. He is one of those character actors where you see him and you go, "Oh, it's that
guy."
He was also notably in The Good Place.
Yes, loved him in A Good Place.
Which is another one of my favorite shows. But yeah, I think like EnScenic was saying, there's a whole lot less queer coding in villains,
It's
which
true.
that there's one of the interesting things that we're very firmly in the sort of queer baiting stage of media, where the we're gonna put these characters in this situation and you can assume that maybe they're queer.
Yeah.
And that way we can say we did representation later on if it looks like it's going to be a positive thing.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, the
claim
last
they were
episode Destiel thing.
Yeah.
or we'll claim
Mm.
they were gay after the fact in order to
Yeah.
capitalize on that market being into this show or whatever.
Yeah.
What
I feel like we're slowly getting out of that, because there is fuck, what's his name? The hockey show that's taking
Heated
The hockey
everybody.
show.
rivalry.
Heated
Heated
rivalry.
rivalry.
Yeah.
But
I'm
see,
being a bad Canadian. I'm not watching that.
here's the thing though. Shows like Heated Rivalry, I want to say this right. I don't want to offend anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Gay men's romance media is really hot.
Okay.
Like that's one of the interesting differences between between Birdcage time and now, is
Mhm.
that's legitimately a genre right
Yeah,
now.
it's a thing.
Homosexual romance is a
Yeah, like
genre
zombie movies were
as
like
long
in the 2010s. Yeah.
as it's guys.
It's true. That's very true.
We're still very firmly in the, if there's a lesbian in the cast and someone has to die, then the lesbian's
Mhm.
gonna die. Like we're still
Yeah.
in the middle of that era. But
Don't even talk
also
about people who are non-binary. Like,
they're,
please.
well, if they're included in the first place.
At all.
Mhm.
There's what was I gonna say?
Sorry.
It's all right. I did it to myself. Train stations all over the place. There's a difference between a show like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which doesn't have queer baiting because they
No.
have just committed to having characters on their show that
Mhm.
were gay or bisexual or whatnot. It was more of a controversy when Rosa came out as bisexual than it was that Captain Holt had a husband.
That's true.
And they understood that, and that's why there's, you know, a very special episode,
Yeah.
we'll say about it. There's a difference between that kind of show and something like Heated Rivalry, which is legit just, we're gonna make a gay romance yearning sex program, and a show, I'm gonna use Doctor Who as an example, and a show where pre the latest incarnation, where I am gonna call it queer baiting, because you had a female doctor and you had a female companion, and
yeah, they went just shy of it.
Well, here's the thing, and this is like it's here's where it gets weird, right? Because the two actresses involved, who are Jodie Whittaker, who played the Doctor, and Mandip Gill, who played Yasmin Khan, who was the companion. Of the two actresses, Yasmin Khan had a real social media. She was not an actor who was like, I'm never going on social media. Like she was in touch, and she knew that the fan base was like, oh my god, there's chemistry, there's tension, what is happening? Jodie Whittaker does not hang out on social media and was just playing what was there to play. She was playing what she was given to play. The white middle-aged man who was the showrunner for that iteration of Doctor Who was not making queer-baiting content. It was as far from his mind as you can possibly get. And I want to give, his name is Chris Chibnall, I want to give Chris Chibnall a lot of credit for some things that he did during his iteration on Doctor Who, which was to expand dramatically the diversity both in front of and behind the camera of Doctor Who. Something I might add, which Ncuti Gatwa's casting notwithstanding went completely to shit after Chibnall left. But anyway.
I mean, we've seen how it ended up. Yeah.
When Chibnall got asked, are you doing this on purpose with all this tension? He was like, I do not know what you are talking about. Once it was pointed out to him, he leaned into it more, and it became a case of not exactly queer baiting, but of bad commitment to the concept. Like, it's still
it's a little bit of a throw it in. Like, yeah, sure, okay.
We're gonna allude to this, but we can't commit to it fully because I still don't know why. I still don't know why exactly. Because
probably
of
the bee, but
I don't know.
just
but, who knows? But
who knows?
Like,
who knows?
So that's what I'm saying is some showrunners don't queer bait on purpose. But
that's true. That's true.
It's like
you can queer bait yourself. That's absolutely possible.
It's like white privilege. Until it's pointed out to you, you don't realize you have it.
That's fair.
That's because the infrastructure of the world that we live in is set up so that's the default.
So that you're not gonna see that.
The infrastructure of television has been set up for such a long time that you have to pretend that queerness does not exist. That to take that step through the threshold and be like, I am going to do this thing, doesn't occur to a lot of showrunners or writers' rooms or whomever as a thing that you can do.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd say that's fair.
I don't know.
That's good.
And then, of course, there's the shows like The Owl House, which we'll do an entire month on after I've convinced those of you who haven't seen The Owl House to watch The Owl House, because The Owl House is a children's show and it is amazing.
I have not watched it, but I'm ready to be convinced.
Is it a Disney show?
It was a Disney show until they canceled it for being too queer.
Rude.
You have my interest.
I have never heard of it.
So I had never heard of it. I 3-4 years ago, I'm gonna say babysat, even though she was too old to be babysat. My brother and his wife went on a vacation, and I came and I stayed with my niece, who at the time was, how old is my niece? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think she was 8. And she was like, all I want to do is make you watch this TV show.
Done.
And so we watched The Owl House. I was there for 4 days, 5 days. We watched The Owl House through twice. It's very, very simple. It is the story of a young woman. I want to say she's a tween. She's like 12, I think. Hold on, I want to make sure that I get all my details correct. So, it is the story of Luz, who is a 14-year-old Dominican American human girl who accidentally stumbles on a portal into the demon realm.
Nice.
Okay.
And there's all sorts of different characters and different kinds of demons or whatever, but the representation on this program for different sexualities and orientations is overwhelmingly good. Like,
Nice.
people who know the Owl House love the Owl House. The Owl, yeah. Anyway, everyone should go watch the Owl House. It is unfortunately no longer available on its home network, which was Disney Plus, because again, too queer,
Too gay.
But if you
Rude.
can find it, you should watch it. So
So anyway, the Birdcage.
yeah, next week we'll do ratings.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh yeah, totally.
fun little note about the Birdcage is that watching it weirdly like made me slightly nostalgic for living in that area. Which was not that long ago, but I know a lot of the shooting locations.
That's cool.
Yeah, the Art Deco building, for instance, that is the Birdcage that they use for exterior shots, is a famous hotel in Miami Beach, right on South Beach. There's like a road where early in the movie we see Nathan Lane's character kind of like walking through and saying hi to everybody, and it kind of shows his normal world, is kind of the screenwriting term. But we see him going about his day, and we see that everybody kind of knows him. That is, I want to say, Lincoln Road in Miami Beach, which is a place where they used to have this, or I think they still do, this really cool flea market once a month. But I would go there. I lived about 45 minutes away, so it was a bit of a trek. But
so how real would you say is the what they present as, like, wow, this is South Beach, everybody here is flaming?
Well, that part's, I mean, compared to Palm Beach, or more accurately, I think West Palm Beach is what they were going for.
Okay.
Which is kind of like the Greenwich, Connecticut of Florida. I
don't have that reference. Sorry, I'm Canadian.
I'm not Canadian, and I still don't know what you mean.
I don't
so, did you ever see the Stepford Wives?
I did not. Weirdly.
The remake. Either really, but the remake.
I regret to inform you that I have in fact seen the remake.
That's Greenwich, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a suburb of New York City that's very, very wealthy, very white by reputation, very waspy, very kind of like, and sort of like conservative leaning, quietly conservative leaning.
It's where the Wonder Bread lady is from.
It's kind of like Orange County in the West Coast, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will believe you.
Uh,
You keep
Whereas-
naming places I've never been. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Well, Orange County is to LA kind of a similar thing where like
Fair.
all of the sort of
It's the burbs.
it's not as crazy rich as Greenwich in my experience. But it's very much where the sort of like upper middle class conservative with a small c waspy people live.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever watched like, well, there was a show called the OC. Yeah, that's Orange
I've heard of
County.
that.
You may have heard
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I knew of it.
I also
Maybe.
did not watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not the right
Sorry,
generation for it.
So Miami Beach does have like, so geographically, Miami Beach is a barrier island that you have to drive across a bridge to get to. And
Yeah,
it
which
does.
we know because Christine Baranski's character gets stuck on the bridge.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So
Mm.
it's kind of a neighborhood of Miami at large that it does kind of have that reputation a little bit. It's not like a gayborhood in the same way that like the Castro in San Francisco is, or West Hollywood in Los Angeles, or like the Village in New York City.
I was wondering, yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, there is a gayborhood in the sort of Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, and it is not Miami Beach, I don't think. It is I'm blanking on all the names today because of reasons, but that's what Molly does to you.
You're super high.
Yeah. It is it was near where I used to live. And somebody told me that it was actually the biggest gayborhood in the United States, but I dispute that. I think that's got to be the Castro in San Francisco, right?
Do they mean by population or by area?
I feel like they meant by population.
Yeah. So it is, I believe, time for Lenny to. I'm gonna go with escape.
Escape.
I mean, right now I'm currently cat trapped.
Trapped. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Pet trapped.
I get the dog back tomorrow morning.
Wait, what's happening?
You're moving. I don't like it. You were just listening and being calm.
People.
Wait, is your cat's name Mary Beth?
Yes, but we call her Berry Beth.
Berry Beth. Yes.
Yeah, because pets' names don't stay their names for long. But
no,
exactly.
They just have many names. Pets can have multiple identities, multitudes of yes.
Clara's
so what nobody listening will get to experience is the inevitable moment where Berry Beth decides that she's done, and then Lenny has to lint roll her skin to get the cat hair off.
Yeah.
Of it.
Funny because it's true.
I mean, here's the thing. We know who loves cats the most. The people who love cats the most are the people who are allergic to cats.
Yep.
Yep.
Can vouch.
Yep. I'm going to lint roll my face in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, since technically this is the time we're supposed to stop, we'll call it here. Yeah. And next week we'll do actual ratings. We all remember that I made us a thing to break our ratings down, right? We'll talk about it next week. And
okay, cool.
I'm gonna turn the ladies.
Recording stopped.
Goodbye, creepy.
Goodbye, robot lady.
Bye, creepy.
Bye, robot lady.
To be continued. Please join us next week for more of It's Always Episode 1.